Hello everybody, New Manchester here, back with another video. And before I start this video, um, I went to Walmart to pick up my medication, and I went to pick up my medication. I was charged full price, and I didn't have enough money to buy my medication, so I turned around and walked out. Then I had second thoughts, so I went back into Walmart, went back to the pharmacy. When I went to the pharmacy, well, actually, I'm sorry, kind of mislead all of you. Let me start over again. I went to Walmart to go to the pharmacy there to pick up my medication. So I stand in line, and when I got to the check-in counter, well, actually, they'll say this, yes, ma'am, or yes, sir. If they say that, then you're next. You just stand in line, and you stand in line after someone before you gets their medication or gets what they need from the pharmacy. They'll say yes, sir, or yes, ma'am. That means you're next. So I went up and told the person at the pharmacy, which was a woman, and I said, I'm here to pick up my medication. She says this to me, the date of birth. I told my date of birth and my name, and she told me I got something for $10. When I heard that, I was shocked, and my medication was originally $4. So I didn't have enough money. All I had was like $4 on me, so I walked out of there. Then I had second thoughts, and I went back in, and I went up to the checkout counter. Well, there was a pregnant black woman who was in the pharmacy with this lady, and she singles to the lady that, oh, there he is. I mean, and this lady said, oh, there you are, like, you walked away. And she was like smiling and laughing about it, like, and it was crazy. I tried to ask her, like, why come my medication is $10? I couldn't ask her. She just threw a lot of stuff at me, tell me to sign my name and type in on this keypad, this credit card scanner machine, and sign in and do all this stuff, Then she asked me $10, and I said, well, why come my medication is $10? I mean, my medication is $4. And she said, well, it's been okay, if it's 3 months, you haven't called in to do a refill, then it's gonna cost more. And she said, you just want the one plan thing? I think that's what she said. Asked me, I said yeah, and she told me to go and wait. So I went and wait. Then she called my last name, and I didn't hear it. So I was patiently to get up. I wanted to jump up and rush up and do. I don't know. I just want to do all that. I just want to just get up and just go to get my medication and say if it's ready. Okay, I got up when the lady said Miles. Not when she said my last name again. Go up to the checkout counter to pick up my medication. She asked, okay, and was knocked down to $4, so I paid for $4, and I got my medication and left. And and this video is leading to this. It's not about healthcare. Well, healthcare is in this video. I'm going to talk about a guy who's winning caucuses in different states for the Democratic primary. Yeah, for the Democratic primary. He won New Hampshire. I think he won Nevada. He won Iowa. He's set to go to other states and hoping to win in those states. If he wins everything, then wins the Democratic primary, whatever you call it. He'll get the nomination of the Democratic Party, and he's gonna go and face Donald Trump in the fall. I mean, you all know who he is. His name is Bernie Sanders, and I just like this guy's policies. Medicare for all, breaking up the big banks, bringing in universal child care, breaking the and doing something about the prison industrial complex and the military complex, and raising taxes on the wealthy and huge multinational corporations and special interests, and the fat cats on Wall Street. Yeah, that guy. I like his policies. It sounds like he's going to return America to the way it is. When when FDR was president, back in I think in the 1930s. Also he wants to throw in the New Deal and the Green Deal, which will help this country great. And I like his Medicare for All plan, which is a universal health care system for the United States, which he's gonna bring in if he becomes president. And all those things I talked about that he's gonna bring to the country, gonna bring to the table for this country. And yeah, this country's a piece of crap and it's falling apart, but I just hope this guy wins. That this country is just falling apart, really. He's not a centrist. Like everybody else who he's running for the nomination with. He's nothing like those people. And so Bernie Sanders is gonna rejuvenate this country by bringing in plans that he want to do as president. And he talks about he's talking about raising taxes on the wealthy and lowering taxes for the middle class. I think he said that. And going back to his Medicare for All plan, it's going to cover dental, vision, hearing aids. Medication will be cheaper. It's going to get rid of this. It's going to get rid of the for-profit healthcare industry with the middleman attached to it. He's going to get rid of that. Get rid of all of that. Actually, his Medicare for All plan is going to eliminate everything that's in the crappy, dysfunctional, broken healthcare system that we have here in America. So yeah, and he talked about this back in 2016 when he ran for president in 2016, and he didn't do so well. I think with minorities. I think in diverse states, like states like Texas here, the state that I'm in. So he failed, and also I think the DNC screwed him, to give more votes to Hillary Clinton, take votes away from him. And that's why she won the nomination, the Democratic nomination in 2016, and that's why Bernie Sanders lost. So So he's doing well. So he's doing really well. I mean, he's winning states. I mean, yeah, he won New Hampshire, Iowa, Nevada. I think he's going to. I think he got Texas. I think he got this state. I think he did. You know, he's probably gonna get California and all those other states. And he probably is. You know, because if everybody goes for him in all those states, because that's a sign that people in this country are just tired of the same old garbage, day in and day out. They're sick of it. They're sick of the broken, dysfunctional healthcare system. They're sick of paying more in taxes while the rich pay little to no taxes at all, and they're being sucked bone dry through this. So they're just so this happens, they talk about a political revolution. So yeah, this political revolution is gonna happen, and it is. It's gonna happen. Let's see. Wow. Yeah, and he goes in these lame, brain dead, cable news channels. They treat him like dirt, and they say that your plan is your healthcare plan and everything that you say is gonna kill this country. I think that's what they're gonna say, and they just ignore everything he says. They don't let him talk more and respond or any of that. It's just messed up. They're just gonna just throw stuff at him left and right. Yeah. So maybe a Bernie Sanders presidency is something that I can benefit from. Maybe I can maybe I'll get a job that pays me well, and I can save money and just get out of where I live. So yeah, but I mean, Bernie Sanders changed to America is not going to change other stuff. It's not going to change. It's not going to change just how messed up and broken. It's not going to change how messed up in the head people are. It's the Me Too movement and the radical third wave radical feminist movement is going to get worse. What else? It's going to get worse. Women going to view men who flirt with them, who want to get with them, as creepy and weird. All that stuff that I went through with people on the videos on this channel. It's going to continue. Well, some of those people are from Canada, so they don't live in America. Speaking of Canada, there was two Canadian guys on this video on this channel called The Rational National, and the guy who runs this channel is named David Dole. He's one of these independent media news outlet people on YouTube. And he went back and forth with this guy, and he said that this guy who was talking to David Dole said this. Bernie Sanders presidency in America. I mean, it will change Canada, but because right now Canada is where people who die who can't afford their medication. I think that's what he says. And so what else he said? Indigenous people are being treated like dirt due to racism and people are paying more and paying more in student loan. You know, they're paying for college, university tuition fees. You know, and Bernie Sanders. Well, I forgot to mention that he says he's gonna make make colleges and universities tuition free, which will eliminate student loan debt and tuition fees. You just go to college and universities for free. And I think that will. I think Bernie Sanders. If Bernie Sanders was president of the United States, I think I don't know. Will this make Canada change? I don't know. They got a prime minister by the name of Justin Trudeau, who was a neoliberal, and her Greta Thunberg, the teenager from Sweden, who's a climate change activist, and she gave this amazing speech about what people are doing to the climate, and she said this: you don't care about the climate, you don't care about the planet. All you care about is prosperity and good times. I think that's what she said. And it was amazing. And Greta Thunberg called Justin Trudeau Two-Face, because Justin Trudeau painted himself as a prime minister of Canada who's gonna do something about climate change, and he's not. He's making climate change worse by having oil being taken from under the ground. I think he's behind that pipeline that's going to be ran through Yukon, the Northwest Territories, and British Columbia. And that's led to that big protest at the BC Parliament buildings in Victoria, with a lot of Indigenous people and First Nation people. Yeah. So I think Canada needs a prime minister who's kind of like Bernie Sanders. I mean, there's this guy who I saw in this six-party debate last year back in 2019. It was six people running for prime minister, and they were the leaders of their respective parties. Some guy by the name of Jagmeet Singh. I can't pronounce his name. He wears a turban. He has a beard, and he talks about people in Canada are paying more for their medication. And I think he said Justin Trudeau's raising the medication, raising their medication. They can't afford it or something like that. I'm watching this debate. I mean, I watched the French language debate, but I don't speak French. I mean, I watched the English language debates and the French language debate. You know, so I don't speak French, but I'm just listen to stuff in French so I can get a better understanding of the French language. So I think Rashad Singh is someone that got be prime minister of Canada instead of Justin Trudeau, and that's what one of those two guys from Canada were saying. I mean, even though there's some possible good things down the road for this country and the country north of this country, but nothing's with the people, the women, and how people are. I mean, None of that's gonna change that. Everything's gonna just stay the same as usual. The same old status quo, But I probably can benefit from a Bernie Sanders presidency with a decent paying job, and I can finally like move somewhere else in this country. I'll just leave this country for good and go overseas. That's my choice. Yeah. No, no. I remember I wanted to live in Beverly Hills, California, but I'm kind of changed my mind on that, seeing how how people in LA and Beverly Hills are on a comment section on a guy comment section under a video that I watched from a guy's channel titled DDD Daily Driven Exotics. And I said this before. It was a guy from Canada. He drove from Victoria, British Columbia to Beverly Hills, California in this fancy exotic sports car. And he was pulled over by some punk Hispanic Beverly Hills police officer. And this guy bullied the Canadian man, saying that he had modified exhaust. He ran a stop sign, and he shouldn't be driving. And he is driving around Beverly Hills without a California driver's license. Instead, he has a Canadian driver's license, which is good enough. Which makes no sense. The guy just visiting Beverly Hills. So why does he need to get a California driver's license? I mean, if you want to get that, he has to move there. But he's not gonna move there. He just came there. He came here to see things, and in the video, the Canadian guy said he just came here to see things and just eat at a restaurant. And I noticed about that Canadian guy in that fancy sports car. And I mean, there's something I didn't like about that Canadian guy, which is DDD, the owner of the channel. He asked, the police officer who was giving him a hard time. He just asked him a nice, friendly question. There's nothing wrong with that. Like he said, okay, he asked the Canadian guy, hey, which is DDD, the Canadian guy. He asked him, what are you doing in Beverly Hills? What brings you to Beverly Hills? I think, yeah, that's what he said. And the Canadian guy said this: if that's none of your business, I mean, you're not customs. I mean, I don't have to ask you why I'm here. And I said, God, that's rude, man. Like, come on now, like. Okay, people say that Canadians are friendly people. Like, give me a break. Like, so it was just curiosity, and DDD just snapped at the guy. The bully was a piece of garbage. The cop that bullied him was a piece of garbage. But I didn't like DDD the way he asked the guy. Like, that was uncalled for. Like, it wasn't like personal or anything. Someone asked me, hey, so what brings you to Texas? Like, I say, hey, I'm just here to look around. I came here like to see the sights. Enjoy the food. Like stuff like that. Like, DDD didn't do any of that. He just said, "Oh, if that's none of your business, it's none of your business. Like, you're not customs." And DDD filed a complaint against the officer bullying him around, and I left a comment, and I was attacked by people from Beverly Hills and Los Angeles and Orange County. by leaving a long, lengthy comment, and they just bashing me. Just bashing me like left and right. One said that, oh, you didn't have to write a book. You weren't even there, and you didn't have to pour your heart and soul in that video. It's just a video. And New Manchester, that doesn't make any sense. No. And all kinds of crazy stuff. And the one that told me New Manchester, that doesn't make any sense. No. He had the nerve to tell me that I misspelled the name to my video, and I asked him, like, what did I say that didn't make any sense? And I asked him, he wouldn't answer me, but he had the nerve to send me a comment and told me that I misspelled the word worse in a video that I posted up on this channel. Had the nerve. And I said, okay, if you can tell me that, you can tell me what I said that didn't make any sense. And some random guy came along and said this, get off, bro. And I said this to him, fuck you. Yeah, so that's the end of that. So that is the reason why I'll never ever move to Beverly Hills, California. You know, ever. So screw that place. So yeah, I mean, there's other places I can live in America. Let's see. I can live in Kansas. I can live in live in Wichita. I mean, my uncle who died. I mean, he lived there, and you know, I went there like 2 times. It's really nice up there. Looks really good. You know. I don't know. Probably won't be harassed by nutcases and weirdos and assholes like here. I don't know. I could be wrong. Yeah, and also, I know this is not related to this video, but I'm gonna say this. No, I'm not gonna talk about that. No, scratch that. Yeah. So, I hope Bernie Sanders win, because this country is sick. It's falling to pieces. You know. He's going to help it economically with his policies, but he's not going to change the minds of people. You know, I think a wave in society can change how people are, how people think, how people act. You know, and that can like return them to the way they were in the 70s and the 80s. But yeah. Yeah, Bernie Sanders can help this country with his policies, but he can't change the people. So a wave of a big positive wave from the mainstream media, or people in general, have to change their personality. Oh well, that's all I gotta say in this video. Bernie 2020. I hope he gets it. I hope he wins. Hope he wins the nomination and go on the challenge that moron who's our president, Donald John Trump, the 45th president of the United Shit of America. And yeah, so that's all I gotta say in this video. So that's all I gotta say in this video. So So to all those Canadians who want to come and tell me how Canada is and complain about how Canada is and drop their negative comments, just save it. Just save it. You know, one asked me, told me that Alberta and Nova Scotia are nice. Then I tell them, I might live there, and after I say this to them in a comment, they're gonna have the nerve to say this: Canadians are cold, depressing, and ice cold and antisocial. I'm like, if you think Canada is that bad, then why you tell me that two provinces, Alberta and Nova Scotia, are nice? I mean, doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Okay. And another thing I know about people from foreign countries, like, I mean, they know how stupid people in America are, so they lie and make up stuff about their country, and they don't tell the truth about their country, you know. I mean, people in the UK do that. People in Canada do that. I guess people in Australia do this, you know. I think this woman in Australia said that some Americans said that people in Australia ride to work. They go to work. They go to work in kangaroos, and kangaroos are hopping, and they're in the pouches of a kangaroo. And they talk about, they say that Australians like shrimp on the Barbie and all this stuff. Like, actually, the shrimp on the Barbie thing is actually called like a crone or something like that. Also, they're just disgusting paste that Australians like to eat. Some of them, not all. It's called like Vegemite. It's some type of sandwich spread. Then I heard that in Britain they have this spread that's called yeast extraction. It's kind of disgusting, really. Well, you know, that's their food. That's their food anyway. So yeah. So I don't want to bash their food. That's their food, but you know. But you know, foreigners lie to Americans because they think Americans are stupid. And that's just sad. I mean, if Americans were as smart as people, I say in Britain, you know, if they were a little smarter like the Brits, I mean, in other countries, I'm not gonna say everybody in those other countries are geniuses, but if Americans weren't as borderline idiotic and gone, like, and be hip what these foreigners who lie to them about their country. If Americans see through their lies, then foreigners won't lie to them. But you know, I could be wrong. And, oh yeah, speaking of dumb Americans, yeah, Bernie Sanders is gonna revamp the education system. So that sounds like Americans won't be stupid anymore. So that's a plus. So yeah, that's all I gotta say in this video. Yeah, hit the stop button while I was making this video, so I start over again. I mean, yeah, probably don't have enough memory. I mean, I'm making this video on my Samsung Galaxy smartphone that doesn't have a SIM card in it, so I can't make phone calls in it. All I can do is just make voice recordings, make videos, and take pictures. That's all I can do with this thing. But you know, yeah, got two weapon of choices to make videos for my channel. This Samsung Galaxy 3 smartphone and the HP Sled 7 tablet, which I made videos with in the past, so I'm probably gonna hang on to that, you know. But anyway, that's all I gotta say in this video. Alright, so long.